rearrange stuff till you're greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest. There ain't no way I'll never stop it.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
I'm always flirting with pain. She like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside. You see, hate themselves in society, so I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety. We make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest of go-getters.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest. There ain't no way I'll never stop it.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah. Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
Yo,
yeah.
no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff till you're greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest. There ain't no way I'll never stop it.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top,
I'm always flirting with pain. She like to hurt me and maim. I'm always working to change, but she's still lurking the same. I keep on building a dynasty while the haters be trying me, but they hate from inside. You see, hate themselves in society, so I let them speak quietly while my actions speak wider. See, they be hiding in privacy with the screen. Oh, the irony to hate someone who's trying to be whatever they would like to be. We all feel the anxiety, we make our own rivalries. Yo, so where is all the positivity? I feel like we all just hate on everything, it's killing me. Thoughts build quick, causing different possibilities. Negative thoughts will cause different disabilities. So do better, work hard under pressure. If you got no time, work smarter than ever. Don't ever let them tell you that you can't never say never. And turn your mind into the truest of go-getters.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
You know I'm always honest. There ain't no way I'll never stop it.
I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Okay. Hey y'all, welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Y'all really wish I knew how to dance. Can y'all hear me? I know I still got the music playing. I'm getting ready to turn it off. Hey Diana from Brooklyn. Can y'all hear me?
Never stop,
Let's
I'll
do
get it if I
our
want it.
countdown.
To myself a promise. I won't
about to get started. That is loud. Awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome on in here, honey. It is Wednesday, I think. Hold on. Because I've been saying it's been Friday since yesterday. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day to everybody. Yeah, and I also found out that 4th of July weekend is this weekend, and we have another 4-day weekend. So yeah, so that was interesting. Let me take this down. Okay, there we go. Hey everybody, welcome on in here. Who do we have? Vibrant moderator extraordinaire. Welcome, honey. Shout out to M. Bernie. We got Mr. Carruthers is in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good afternoon or evening, RY in chat. I am listening. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate that. Dreamy Jeannie Blue. Dreamy. Dreamer, you tickle me. Okay. Thank you so much for coming over here. And I heard the exact same thing you heard. So yeah, yeah. She was really saying as long as she pays pizza, it's gonna be okay if she pee bombs her. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. But welcome for coming on in here, little mama Obama. Hey, sugar pie, thank you. She talked too much. Hey, hey, thank you so much for coming on in here. You can hear me. Awesome stuff. Yes, see more of RY as a co-host at Man Code TV. Absolutely. Absolutely. Who is this? Just my thoughts. Good evening. All right. I'm just a girl. Listen, listen. I know what I heard. I gotta pick that up. I know what I heard and I know what she meant. Okay. And she meant that as long as she throw her pocketbook and her cash app around and her wallet around, she can do whatever she want to do. That's not how that works. That is not how that works. Not at all. Hey, Choctaw, welcome. Thank you for coming on in here. Okay. Rico, thank you for coming on in here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hop right on into this because, yeah, there's a lot that I want to really talk about. Okay. And the vast majority of this comes from, it's going to be centered around this Catherine foolishness. Okay, but before we do, let me go ahead and get the first part of my title out. Honey, P.P.P. And we ain't talking about alone. Okay. We are talking about these pre planned P bombs. So over there in Pizarro's, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Dijon. I don't know why I thought this said Dijon mustard. I don't know where this came from. But that does not say Dijon mustard, so excuse me. Done. Okay, I'm not even gonna read that. But honey, welcome on in here, okay? 'Cause that's crazy. That's crazy. Why are all churches like that? You're gonna have to explain to me what you mean by are all churches like that. What is the that you are actually referring to? That way I can make sure I can exactly exactly vibrant. I thought it said Dijon mustard, but something said on my shoulder say, "Hey, hey, you may want to read that again." I'm not. This is why This is why this person is laughing. Explain to me what the that is, so I can make sure I have a good answer. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about PPP, and we ain't talking about them loans that the government was giving out. See, I'm gonna tap on this, and I'm gonna hop right on off of it. Because what solidified to me that this was a setup of some sort, right? And yeah, I got receipts because I can only go based off what somebody said. So over there in, like y'all like to call it Pazar, over there in Pazar's chat, I just so happened to put this comment in there. Let me turn this off so y'all can see that. Hold on. Okay. This is what I said. Turn that off. Based on yesterday's incident with Octavius, and for those that may be wondering, well, what happened yesterday? Technically, this yesterday, since I'm talking about it today, this yesterday was Monday. Today, Wednesday. It was either Monday or Tuesday, one of them days. The day before Kiki did what she did. Octavius was over there at Puzzles doing what Octavius do. Saying that he's the one that invented viewerships and he invented the algorithms and everything else. But then when he was at Puzzles, he kept dropping this F word to the point where Pizza had to take it down. So that was that day. And then the very next day we had Kiki. So I said, based on yesterday's incident with Octavius and today's incident proves that Kiki and Octavius are still together and set this up. Poor Tink Tink, right? Now the part that kind of made me go, yeah, y'all planned this. And I based that off of his response to me. And it was simply this. Here we go. This was his response. RY, I am not with Kiki. Now, based off what I just showed, can anybody tell me what y'all think the discrepancy with that is? I'll go back to put the other one up. Hold on. Because it took me a minute to sit there and look at it and be like, hold on. All right, y'all see that, right? Based on yesterday's incident and Octavius's, based on yesterday's incident with Octavius and today's incident proves that Kiki and Octavius are still together and set this up. Poor Tink Tink. He responded. His only response was, hold on, let me go back to it. Why I am not with Kiki. So when I saw this, right, my thing was, so you the hello, thank you, Jasmine. I thought the same thing. They lining pizza up. See, because my thing is this, Jasmine. Why only address that one topic? Why? Why only address the fact that you and Kiki not together no more? But you didn't address the second part, that this was a setup. Am I the only one that think that that's weird or suspicious or anything like that? Because if I'm going to debunk one thing, honey, I'm going to debunk them all. I don't know what you're talking about. We ain't set this up. And welcome on in here, Jasmine TV. If I didn't speak, I'm so sorry, baby. I ain't set that up. I'm not only going to address the fact that me and Kiki ain't together. See, stuff like that makes me wonder. And it makes me think, no, y'all are. Y'all are. The sneaky link. Be right back. All right. Okay, baby. We'll be here, honey. We will be here. So that's that. I think, like I said, I think that is pre-planned. Okay. And plus the way she set it in the camera and just like she was skinning and grinning. That was weird to me. That was weird. Okay. Very, very weird to me. So that's that. And then what she said today, God bless her. And tell her son, well, she's okay with it because I gave her a cash app. What is so a cash app is supposed to take it away? Now I hope they do. You hope they do what? Rico. Rico. Rico, you hope they what? I'm almost scared to ask you that. Cause you better a little spicy, honey, since you done dropped that low. Hey dragons. Welcome on in here, love. It's your pretty self. Thank you for stopping on through here. So that was my little small take on this whole PPP. And once again, we ain't talking about alone. Now, like I said, I did slide my happy hips over there to ZX today because I had something. I got $300. Hit me up. I got a job for you, Rico. I'm almost scared to ask what it is. So I did go over there and I slid on over there to ZX's today to kind of see what he was talking about. And he made a few he made a few references that I thought was interesting. Um he was talking about how Octavius had to vouch for Kiki and then said that Kiki was also a suspect in this dumb Firegate and that Octavius, I believe he's also said Octavius was a suspect too. And when I heard that, in my mind, that's when things started to click. Because when all this stuff first came out and Kiki was going around to all of these panels, Octavia was just like, I'm hitting every channel that Kiki goes to where she discusses this. And I never knew why until I listened to ZX's today. And ZX is over there spilling the beans on Kiki. It's a setup. Exactly. It's a whole setup. ZX is low key spilling the beans over there because he said, if you don't leave my friend alone, which is Shelly, if you don't leave her alone, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna keep spilling stuff that people don't know. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, if you say so. So Kiki girl, if I was you, I would stop. And then what I found to be very funny was how today also at Jay Wilson's, Kiki also said, well, I filed that insurance claim and I got all that money 2 days later. Okay. See, but once again, this is where you pop Octavius in the mouth because Octavius sat over there at Lemons that night and swore up and down. He knows everything about Kiki, and Kiki did not have renter's insurance, which is a lie. In Virginia, I can't speak for no other state. I can only talk about the state that I live in right now. And in Virginia, you have to have renter's insurance in order to even move in. So of course she had it. She had it. And now she tells him, oh, we got two new cars. I got a new car and my daughter got a new car. And my daughter didn't have to jump out a window. See, now this is what happens when you talk too much because you're talking too much. And now you're kind of taking back everything that you originally said, which was your daughter almost lost her life. And she was one of the ones that had to jump out the window. But you had to recant that story because them reports was coming out and people was reading them. And it ain't say nothing about an adult daughter with a cat jumped out the window. And you think a leasing office is going to hang on to a cat while you somewhere floating around in Ecuador, El Salvador, or El Nino, wherever it is you went? Absolutely not. Mm-mm. Which is probably why it was said today that she's a suspect in her own in her own fight. That shit ain't funny, but it ain't funny, but that's funny. Okay, so that's that. That's the update on Firegate that we got so far. But let's go ahead and hop right on into the meat and potatoes of this, right? Yes, El Nino, El Salvador, honey, wherever she was at. Okay, it won't in the divided states of America. Wait, I heard her say that her daughter was on vacation with her. Listen, okay, this is what I'm talking about. TSW, the story flip flops more times than people change drawers. Okay, because 1 minute the daughter was at the house and she had to jump out the window. Next minute the daughter was out the country with her. Next minute her daughter didn't have to jump out the window and the daughter had bougie kid. Listen, God bless America. That's all I got to say. Because that whole thing, it'll give you a headache if you let it. And I ain't gonna do that. Okay. She sure did say that. Now, this Cruiser and Catherine thing. Y'all, I woke up this morning, I was getting myself together for work, and I hear Cruiser. I'm like, who is Cruiser cussing that over there on her channel? I look at my device. Cruiser. Hey, MGO. Hey, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping on through. Oh, hold on. Let me put a pin in that. MGO. Honey, I don't know what got into you, but I love the fact that you jumped off that porch yesterday. because I wasn't used to that side of you. I wasn't used to that. So I was literally sitting here clutching my invisible pearls, and I was over here like, "Go MG, yo, go MG, yo, go MG." I was over here rooting you on because I've never heard you. I've never heard you jump off the porch, and the part that tickled me the most, the part that tickled me the most, maybe MGL said on the pedal. MGL said, "Now, are you stupid? Are you okay?" I said, "Oh, somebody done really, really took her off." Oh, I enjoyed that. I'm sorry. I enjoyed it. I know that's not you typically, but I loved every bit of that. I did. And you held your own. I got to give it to you. Now, here's my point with this whole, not they, they asked for it. Listen, they asked for it, honey, and you gave them what they asked for. You did. I can't lie. And I thank you for giving them what they asked for because that was so good to me. Okay. Honey, that made my spirit happy. Hey, Britt girl, hey Lee, hey my love, thank you for coming on in. We're just having a little small, intimate conversation. See, because there's some things that I really want to get off my chest about this Catherine thing. Um, so that's why in the title it says Cruiser and Catherine because Cruiser hit Lemon's link and was wearing Catherine out. Cruiser wore Catherine out so bad, I had to find something else to watch. Okay? I had to watch something else because I'm like, because I don't want to hear this. But Cruiser said something. I promise you. Listen, Cruiser said something that made me scream so loud. I thought I woke up everybody in my neighborhood. Catherine was up there doing all this big talking, doing all this talking. Cruiser come up there. Catherine gets quiet. Cruiser said, "Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say." I wanted to type in that chat, Cruiser. It's too early. It's like 7:30 in the morning. It is too early for this. It's too early for it. Cruiser said, Cruiser, you was up here doing all this talking, but now you ain't got nothing to say? I was like, yikes. And here goes Catherine. Well, I'm going to say this. Woman, I said, oh no, ma'am. Not you up here slithering like a snake. I said, no, I can't hear this. And I literally sat there and laughed until conviction hit. Okay, baby, tickled. Do you? Tickled. Do you hear me, Jasmine? Listen, Jasmine. I was so tickled and I laughed so hard I caught a headache. I'm like, Cruiser, what? I like Cruiser too. I like Cruiser too. And let me tell you why. See, because most people don't know. Cruiser knows me. Cruiser knows my family. How did me and Cruiser went to the same church? And what Cruiser gives on YouTube is light work. This is light. That's why I'm like, y'all better leave Cruiser alone. Because when Cruiser come off the porch, it's very, very hard to put it back in there. I promise you. But honey, when she got up there and Catherine was quiet, Cruiser said, "Oh, now you ain't got nothing to say." Ah! I said, "Oh my God." Hold on, she said she unsubscribed from who? From Cruiser? Now, please understand what I'm laughing at. I'm not laughing at Catherine's situation because at first I did a little bit, but then today conviction really, really hit me. It really hit me, and that's why I kind of want to talk a little bit about this. And I want to say it was Cosmic Girly. I think yesterday or Monday. Yeah, either yesterday or Monday, we did a show with Envy, and I was just like, I want to talk about this, but I want to come at this from like a church girl perspective, right? So she's sick of listen, okay? That's because Cruiser grabbed them edges and won't let go. Okay. MGO, you have to handle that class of people like that. I understand. Hey, sometimes sometimes you got to get a little nice, nasty with an MF every now and again. So yeah, I couldn't even finish listen. 10 hours. I said, let me go see what happened at the end, and baby, it did not disappoint. Okay, did not disappoint at all. Which is why I laughed so hard to the point where I rolled right into Jay Wilson's live. Now, here's where conviction really, really started to set in, and I was, disappointed with Jay Wilson a little bit. At the end of the day, I understand we're all human. However, there were some things that was said or done that kind of made me go, I don't know about that. So let's just go ahead and hop right on into it. So, for those of y'all that don't know, this whole Catherine situation came about. I don't know if that baby was at the. Here I go. I am trying not to laugh. This baby was at the gym. I don't know if this baby was at the gym or where she was at, but she uploaded a short that said she got beat up. Hold on. She, okay, I gotta get it together. She, hey, Demon, so uploaded a short that said, I guess some people tried to put their hands on it. They tried to fight, and she said, "Well, I was defending myself if I swung back. But listen, do you know how many boxers swing back and still get their hand parts tore up?" But Catherine, that's Jesus. Lord, forgive me for laughing because I say it. I won't go laugh because you keep convicting me about this. But honey, we gonna talk about this thing here. Demon so hey gorgeous. Welcome on in here. OG Beauty. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. I appreciate y'all. So so the whole shorts thing, I don't want to say it goes viral because that is a term over here that is used, and I think people use it in the most stupidest ways. But nonetheless, she posted it, and then I guess word got to Pastor Jay Wilson. And so then he started to talk about it. And then he said that Catherine sent him an email. But yet, he admitted out of his own mouth that he did not read the whole email. It was just too much to read. He only read a couple of sentences, and that was that. So instead of reading the email in its entirety, he decided to start reading it and then made it content. Okay. To a degree, I understand why it was content because if you can go upload a short set of them, set of them ladies came out there and put them hands on shit. Why am I laughing? If you can put up a short set and the ladies can come down there and put them hands on you, then to a degree, yes. If it's on YouTube, y'all know the golden rule. If it's on YouTube, we're gonna talk about it. So she posted it, word got out. That's that, right? So Jay Wilson kept saying, telling her, "Hey, stop talking about this now. Like, stop. You telling too much of your personal business." Now, my thing is this, right? If I'm going to tell somebody, "Hey, stop talking about it," you're telling your personal business. I'm not going to keep going live talking about it, knowing that Catherine has an addiction. And what is that addiction? Clicking a StreamYard link. Now, Rico, I just found this little bit out today that he knew she was homeless. And that's the part that is really, really bothering me. But my thing is this: if I'm gonna tell somebody to stop talking about something because you tell them too much of your business, I'm not going to keep going live and then let you click the link and continue to tell your business. See, because the more you tell your business, at some point you got some folks who has a degree in detecting bullshit, and they will remember what you said 3 weeks ago in comparison to today. You just have those type of people. So what happens? She got caught up. And I kept telling Catherine, hey, be quiet. This was before she even said the name of the pastor, the church, anything. But when she said the pastor and the church's name, I said, excuse me? At that moment, I stepped back. I was just like, Catherine, you may want to be quiet. You may want to leave this alone. I kept telling her, shut up. Let your top lip and your bottom lip meet. Shut up. And then who comes up here bippity boppity booing with these big old CPA tax preparer bow ties? Ghetto. And I love me some ghetto now. Oh, that's my frat brother. Oh, and he wouldn't do that. That's why I kept saying, ghetto, hey. Ghetto. You may want to leave that alone too. And he kept swinging. Oh, I'm going to tell my frat brother. Oh, no, he ain't like that. I just kept saying, ghetto, leave it alone. And I kept telling Catherine, Catherine, shut up. You're doing too much talking. But like Catherine would say, honey, in all of my 51 years, all right, well, your 51 years and your 51 years worth of talking, guess what? Just put you in a situation. Okay. And what is that situation? Remind y'all, I kept telling her to shut up. Okay. Be quiet. Stop talking. Hey, your pleasure. Welcome. We are over there parlaying at J. Wilson Tabernacle. Who hits the link? Somebody named Karen. Now I'm gonna put a pin in that. Now let's backtrack. It was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. Catherine hit a link and she said, I just had surgery and I'm trying to recover. And she is going off, and you can tell that something was wrong with her. And people kept asking the questions, and she kept answering the questions. People kept saying, come click the link. And y'all know she got an addiction. And what does she do? She gives in to temptation and she clicks the link and then she keeps talking. And you know what? She kept talking, and I was in the chat. I said, y'all niggas ain't gonna learn. I said, y'all keep asking this lady questions, and the more and more she talks, you can hear that she is that much closer to have a mental crash out. Because, honey, mm, listen, now that the things have settled down, I'm finally catching up on this story. And, baby, listen, OG Beauty, this is why I kept saying, shut your mouth, be quiet. See, because the one thing about the church sector, honey, I may not live in Philadelphia. Oh, but I got people that go to their church. And sweet Jesus, I kept telling Ghetto, honey, you may want to stop swinging for your frat brother because, honey, his hands ain't squeaky clean. Now, I'm not saying his hands ain't squeaky clean concerning this situation, but you going up for this man as if he's perfect. Ghetto, shut up. Fall back. Leave it alone. So much so, baby. I don't know if y'all heard Catherine the other day. She called Ghetto on the panel. She said, she said, Ghetto. Now I'm going to ask you one more, okay? And her speech was slowing down. And I said, oh, this baby is either high on something or she's really getting ready to crash out. Come to find out, she was, on medication because she was at the hospital or the skilled nursing facility, wherever she is, right? And then she said, I'm still in the hospital. Get her sick. Get her said, oh, well, I'm going to pray for you. The blood of Jesus cover you. Catherine said, I don't want your prayers. I said, woo. I said, this is almost better than Greenleaf. Yeah, she's on medication because she just had surgery. You just driving and listening. Well, you be safe, honey. She not playing with Guido. She ain't playing with Guido at all. Hey, the queen before you. Hey, beautiful. They're just now figuring out she has an addiction of something. She's addicted to clicking a StreamYard link. Right on. While I was worried about how she kept getting off topic and rambling about publishing a book. And when I heard that today, I wanted to say, can somebody go get Noble so he can show her, so he can show her how to use ChatGPT to publish this book? Oh, I said, okay. I said, Catherine, girl. But anywho, Greenleaf was my show. Okay, listen. Honey, when he came out the closet, I said, child, I could have told you that. Hey, unfiltered Muffy, welcome, baby. So, so she clicked that link where Ghetto was. She said, "Now, Ghetto, I don't know how many times I have asked you." I said, "Oh, this baby's speech is getting slurred, and it is slowing all the way down." So when Ghetto said, "Oh, I'm gonna pray for you, the blood of Jesus," she said, "Mm-mm, I don't want your prayers." Ghetto said, "Oh, my bad." I said, "Ghetto, shut up, okay? Shut up." So now this whole story about homelessness is coming out and blah 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 blah. Today at Jay Wilson's, Jay Wilson sat there and said, and you know, I got some tea. I surely do, but see, but that's not my place. That's not my place. And here's why I say it's not my place. And this is where conviction started to settle in, right? The other day, Catherine was over there and she was in Jay Wilson's chat. And she put a comment that said, "Well, honey, even if the world is against me, I know my God is for me." Okay. So what? So then I said, what we're not going to do, and this goes into the cherry picking and selective. What we're not going to do is we are not going to sit here and cherry pick what scriptures to pull out of the Bible to justify our bull crap. Because just like there are scriptures in there that speaks to the bull crap that you're doing to kind of justify it, we also got to talk about the scriptures that also deals with our sin and our struggle. Period. For instance, I cut somebody smooth out the other day. Friend of mine called my phone when I tell you I cussed her out so bad. I was making up cuss words. And she was just like, oh, well, why are you talking to me like that? And what do? I said, well, honey, the Bible says curse them that curse you. That was me taking the scripture out of context to justify the reason why I just sat here and cussed her out because she called me with foolishness. Uh-uh. No, no, no. Don't call me with this mess. So if we can find the scripture to justify our crap, then we also need to discuss those scriptures that actually speaks to the crap that we do to convict us. So then today, Jay Wilson put up another live that says, "Oh, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, I will repay." Yes, he did say that. But we have to start at the beginning. We have to determine how did we get to this part where now we say, "Oh, vengeance is mine. Oh, God before me, and the world can be against me." Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's very true. See, but we forget over in Proverbs where it talks about he who watches over his mouth and his tongue keeps his soul from calamity. In other words, shut up. We put ourselves in these positions because we run our mouth too much. Everything does not need to be said. Everything is not for public consumption. And when I say I'm disappointed in somebody, Jay Wilson is who I am disappointed in a little bit. But then again, coin keeps him here. And here's why I'm disappointed. There was there I forgot where the scripture is. See now I got to find it. There's a scripture that talks about if you find your brother in a fault. Hold on. See now I really got to find it because I don't like find your okay. I think this is it. Those who are there it is. Found it. All right. So over in Galatians, right? Brethren, if your brother or your sister is overtaken in a fault, those who are spiritual, those who are spiritual should restore them with meekness. That means cover them, not exploit them, that make it content, not coin keeps me here. No, none of that. And that's where conviction for me set in. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was kicking and caca when all this stuff was coming out. Ooh, but then when I heard the homelessness, then I heard the mama put out. Then I heard she's in a hospital, and now she's at a skilled nursing facility or a rehab facility. I'm like, Lord, I am so sorry. Sorry. Like I've been battling with this all day long. And I understand this is the beef sector. I get it. My audio glitching. Can you hear me now, Boom? Some is. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not. Now everything is coming out. She made it seem like it was her house, but I don't want to see nobody. Nobody. And that's the part right there. That's the part that's really getting me. I don't want to see nobody homeless. Nobody. It's not funny. And then I heard that Jay Wilson may have known that she was homeless. And I'm like, okay, all right. Oh, it was you. I had to refresh. Okay, boo, thank you. You correct him. Then the church correct him. If he doesn't listen, the church will treat him like the heathen, as far as I remember. Listen, those who are spiritual, cover him. Cover him. Cover does not mean exploit. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Like, I would never. I have heard so many people say, Catherine, you talking too much. You talking too much. But then drop the link and want her to come talk some more. So what are we really doing? I understand it is content. I get it. Hey, Annie Boo, welcome, welcome. I understand it's content. Trust me, I do. I do. But at what point? Catherine sounded like she was on the verge of snapping. But the only thing people over here in this beef sector would do, oh, come click the link. Come tell me about it. Ooh, chat. Those who are spiritual should restore them. However, Catherine has a role to play in this as well. Because if you keep your mouth shut, keeping your mouth shut, honey, will save you. It'll save you. Because now you're out here talking about this day in, day out. I don't even think Catherine realizes that her story has changed 90 different ways since Sunday. In her mind, it didn't. Because, she was, on medications in the hospital, recovering, recuperating, whatever the case may be. But you got folk out here that's keeping up with these stories. And so today at Jay Wilson's, somebody from the church decided to click his link. And honey, that's when I had to kind of push conviction to the side. And I said, hold on, conviction, I need to hear this drama. Because this Karen lady, if I remember correctly, said that Catherine don't know this pastor. And I remember Catherine saying the same thing. So then Karen decides to spill the beans and says something along the lines of, she don't know the pastor. This church is huge. The church has over 20,000 people. Okay? It has over 20,000 people. Enon is one of the biggest churches in Philadelphia. So you can't just walk up to him. And so she was explaining how, when you join the church, you are assigned a certain person. And then I guess that person that you're assigned to is the liaison between you and the pastor of the church. This lady came out and said, Catherine don't know that pastor. Catherine slept with one of the associate ministers or one of the associate pastors. Hold on, I'm a call Rico. And so when I heard that, I said, wait a minute. So I had to red ball it back a little bit. Baby, the lady said Catherine was up there sleeping with the associate pastor or one of the ministers. I said, oh well. To most people, that would seem like a big deal, but it's not. Oh, he did. See now, Annie. I'm glad you said this, and I'm glad Rico said that. See, because during Envy's live, little birdie came over here to my Instagram and told me that her lipstick alley. Hold on, because I like verbatim. Somebody told me that Lipstick Alley is writing emails and leaving comments for the church about Catherine. And that right there, that right there is the part that really, like, for real. Is this what we're doing? Y'all haven't heard my white. I've heard your white professional voice. I absolutely have. I absolutely have. So I'm definitely now today. I did hear Catherine say over there at Pizarro's that, why would I come and tell y'all about this? Or why would I come down here and ask y'all about this if this is a big church and they have more resources than y'all do down here? Now, while I can agree with that, I can't agree with it. See, because if you knew that that church had all these resources, why even smear this story all over the beef sector? And so now folks in other sectors is sending information. It's listen, okay? Because right before I went live, somebody from the church sector hit me up. I'm just like, hey, did you know this? And just started sending that. Don't send me nothing else. I'm good. I am good. He was arguing. He was arguing with who? He was arguing with the people at the church, listening in the clouds. Okay, thank you, baby. Allah don't care who tell it. It don't. Allah does not care who tell it, but the truth needs no help. Exactly. And this is why. mm, This is why I wish more people will follow Galatians. If you see your brother, especially those that are spiritual, if you see your brother or sister has fallen or has been overtaken by a fault, restore them in meekness. That means go to them in love. Be gentle and humble. Hey, what's going on? Now I'm gonna rebuke you because you're my brother, you my sister in Christ. But you know you messed up, right? Now I'm not gonna smear you. I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm not gonna make you content. Just don't come down here and talk about it. Even if people tell you to come, hey Cosmic Girl, I was just thinking about you, honey, because I'm talking about this. I'm giving my church girl version of it since since Jada said I am the B sector's token church girl. Welcome on in, honey. Thank you for coming. Who is that? Donna Hughes. Hey, baby. Thank you for coming. For those that are coming on in here, honey, we're going to go ahead and do a quick recap right on why you don't kick people when they down. You don't. See, because the same foot you use to kick somebody when they down, somebody else got a pair of feet that can kick you too. So it's never good to kick anybody when they down. And this is also why I say, people better stop being so braggadocious and just act like they got all their stuff together. Because my favorite saying that I always say is this: the same people you pass on your way up gonna be the same people you pass on your way down. So it would behoove you to be sweet in the spirit and be nice. Now I understand every now and again, you got to jump off the porch and you gotta, yoke a nigga up every now and again. And that's fine. But just be mindful that the same measure that you place on others, that same measure gonna be placed on you. And then I saw somebody put in the chat, "Oh, why y'all judging? Why the church people judging? The Bible says don't judge lies." That ain't what it says. Mm-mm. This is what I hate. That is not what the Bible says. The Bible says, "Judge not, comma," which means there's more to come after that. Lest ye be judged. So that just means if I'm judging you, that means you can judge me with that same measure. So stop lying and saying that the Bible say, "Oh, you can't judge." No, 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 no. Because if we can't judge, we wouldn't have court systems. Sorry. Sorry. You can judge. Just understand that you shall also be judged by the same measure. See, they not really reading. See what I'm saying? They don't, that's what I'm saying. They don't be reading it. That's why I just be sitting here looking at my device sometimes, like, look at y'all. I love this. I love this for y'all. My godparents are the pastors and first ladies, so essentially I'm a PK. I know things can get scandalous, but my goodness gracious, baby, listen. What's the song? Some, so scandalous. Living la vida. I don't even know how I got that. Jesus Christ. I don't know where that comes from. I judge them all. Listen, hey, judge away. Just know that you shall also be judged. That's just like saying you point at me, you got three fingers pointed back at you. Well, that's true, but that's neither here nor there. Catherine again. Oh, baby, Donna Hughes, honey, was you over there at Jay Wilson's today? Somebody from the church clicked the link. And also, this same person said, was like, yeah, now, the people at the church is watching. Now, I just want y'all to understand that I was one of the ones telling Catherine to shut up. Shut up. See, because Catherine got in over her head, and I don't know if anybody caught this. This may have been yesterday. Catherine said, yeah, you know, and the church, they have a legal team, and they can't be out here talking about this. So I put in the chat, I said, well, if they can't be talking about it because they have a legal team and they dealing with it, what the hell make you think you can talk about it? So I just kept saying, Catherine, hush. Lo and behold, thank you. I was just going to ask for that. Thank you so much. Lo and behold, this lady then says that they are building a case. Knew that was coming. That's why I kept saying, hush up. Hold on. What's wrong? You talking about, oh, this cash app is wrong? I'll take it off. You talking about the cash app was wrong? Where y'all be? Y'all ain't see that over at Jay Wilson today. Yes, God, honey. If you go over there to his live from this morning and scroll to a part where you see she came up, her name is Karen, but when she hit the link, it was a pink circle with a white letter K. She hit the link, she said, I don't know why I have a church reference for everything. You ever been to a visitor church for like a special service and they say, oh, well, do we have a representative from the church that would like to respond to the welcome? This is what that lady was giving me today. She clicked that link. She said, honey, I am a member of the church. I said, oh, shit. So I said, hold on. I put off my work email. I said, now let me tune in to this and see what happens. Yes, somebody from the church hit Jay Wilson's link and was talking about this and said, listen, he don't know her. Only thing they can do is, when you join the church of that magnitude, once again, Enon is the biggest church in Philadelphia. So you really think that pastor is getting ready to sit up here and know 20,000 plus people? Really? No. She said when you join the church, they assign you a liaison. That's the only word I could think of. They'll assign you a liaison that I guess goes between you and the pastor. And I can understand why. Honey, in 2026, baby, these church scandals are something else. Okay? Because I got my eye on another church scandal going down right now. Hey, Room Shaker. Why they dropping cash apps? Interested in how convenient to hit all of listen. Mm. Oh, happy belated, yes. Happy belated birthday, Room Shaker. Can y'all drop some birthday cakes and candles and stuff in here? I told her last night at Liam's to stop speaking about it. If the laws have a hold on it, let people speculate, but don't say nothing. Exactly. Why do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think the pastor ain't came in here saying nothing? The pastor ain't stupid. Oh, the pastor's name is very weighty. The pastor has connects and all that. Yeah. So the pastor has a good legal team. So if they have a legal team and they can't talk about this, why are you running from link to link talking about this? And now she's writing an autobiography. Girl, listen. This is another reason why I think Catherine was high off medication today, because honey, she started talking about writing this autobiography, and then she started talking about self-publishing, and then she went over to Joel Osteen. Why do you think Joel Osteen doesn't take a salary? I said, girl. I said, I just think you just want somebody to talk to, but girl. And then that's when it came out about the mama. Anybody that knows me knows mamas, I hold near dear to my heart. See, because without mamas, we wouldn't be here. So what I don't like, I'm back to okay, boo, thank you, Sneaky Link. So what I didn't like was now all of this is coming out. Her mama put her out and her this and her that. And then I heard something about I'm not gonna be she did something that was so diabolical and I'm just not gonna do that and I'm not gonna settle for that. And I'm like, okay. And then I heard that the 90-year-old mama went down to the court and had her legally evicted. Then I heard something about the police came and told her she got to go, and now she's in a I'm assuming she said because she had surgery. Now she's in a facility to help her get better. And she said, but when she leaves the facility, she's going to be homeless. That right there broke my heart. Broke my heart because now you have a 90-year-old mother. I don't know if she's mobile. I don't know any of that. All I know is that her mama kicked her out, and quite frankly, I really don't want to know nothing else. Because if I can't go in there and change that girl life drastically and put her in a fully furnished, fully paid off house, I really don't want to. I don't need to know all those details. Only thing I could do is pray. My prayers can do more for her than I can. I'm sorry because honey, everybody got bills, everybody got stuff to do. She said the mom cussed that pastor out too. What? If her mama 90, absolutely. Yeah, mama cussed him out. I could believe that. Yeah, she said the pastor stole her book ideas and her two computers. Okay, her mama not in her 90s. Her mama in the 70s. Okay, even if she's in the 70s, it is still a sad situation because mothers, I hold mothers near and dear to my heart. I do. There's nothing in the world like a mother. I don't care if you think your mama is the worst person in the world. Ain't nothing like having a mother on this side of the ground. I'm sorry. And then too, I heard people saying, "Oh, but Catherine, oh, but the Bible says honor thy father and thy mother." Yes, it does say that. It does. But I didn't hear none of these niggas telling her to shut up because the more you talk, you're bringing more calamity to yourself. Oh, and that's Bible. This is why I say we are very selective and we cherry pick. We cherry pick what we want to extract from the Bible. This is why I hate going to churches and the only thing they talking about is homosexuality. Baby, there are more sins out there than that. Leave these people alone. Leave them alone. They ain't bothering you. They're not bothering you. So let's not cherry pick and be selective. Yes, yes. The Bible does say honor thy father and thy mother. That way your days on this earth may be long. However, it also says for you spiritual folk, if your brother or sister falls, cover them. Don't talk about them. Restore them with meekness. In Proverbs, it says, shut up. Only a fool keeps running his mouth. And then you end up in a situation that you in. Like, my heart goes out to, like, y'all don't understand. My heart goes out to Catherine because nobody should have to deal with that. Nobody. Oh, snap. I'm glad this thought just popped in my head because I was getting ready to get really emotional. Cruiser. Cruiser said over there, had limits. Cruiser said, Catherine was talking about, I guess Cruiser asked her about her son or something like that. And she said, my son is a retired airman in the military. Cruiser said, I don't want to hear all that. How your son in his 20s or 30s and he already a retired airman? I said, yeah. I said, what? And then Catherine said, he can go and get a G. I said, I don't want to hear all that. That don't make no sense. She said, you talking to somebody who is a military wife. Baby Cruiser had her good pump on and was stomping all up and through Catherine's story. And I'm just like, okay. Like girl, Catherine, see this is why when people give you sound wise counsel, it's best to take it. See, because had you accepted wise counsel, let's see, there go Cruiser, there she go. Hold on, Cruiser. Wait. Hold on, Cruiser. I need you to do me a solid, please, please. Cruiser, click this link, please. Come, let us reason together. Please come up here. Let me see, I leave judgments to God and his son. Pardon my manners and good evening, RNYTV Mothers Chat. Good evening, Uncle Claude. It is so good to see you. And you and your family are still in my prayers. Absolutely. Absolutely. Please, Cruiser, listen. Oh, there she go. Hold on. Cruiser.
Hey, girl.
Hey. Hey, boo.
Now
What's going
I
on?
can't say anything negative against her
Mm-mm.
because we
Nope.
left with a truth.
Yep.
We did
Good.
leave with a truth, and I'm gonna stick to that. But that math wasn't math, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's 32, and he did 20
Listen.
years ago. Okay, uh, 5 minus the 3 plus 2 minus 1
Baby,
minus
you said
2
you
plus
said
3 minus
I
2.
don't want to hear that. I'm a military wife. I said, here she go. And I tried to tell y'all, Cruiser is about that life for real. See, y'all are getting a nice demure side of Cruiser. Y'all ain't seen Cruiser in action for real. Cruiser crazy, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. She
Uh,
crazy.
honey, listen,
But y'all had a truth. I'm glad y'all called the
we had
truth.
a truth,
I really,
and,
really
and,
am.
and good commentary.
Thank you.
And you know me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always on the other side of everything. People over here
Yep.
on the left, I'm gonna say something way over there on the right. I don't know whether I do that on purpose or what, but I think she wants to talk. She's enjoying it.
She is. But once
She she's
again,
in, she is
but once,
enjoying it, and the more attention she get from it, the more she is having her a good time. And I just don't believe it's stopping from people from enjoying themselves. I said, let her
listen.
enjoy herself, child. It's been entertaining to me.
And I'm glad Jasmine put this scripture in here because, honey, I was getting ready to go there next because that's one of my favorites right there. And that scripture talks about how words, what is it? Words from the mouth of the wise are gracious, but fools are consumed by their own lips. See, because the more you talk, the more you get yourself in.
And it's definitely she's I think it's going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in. Even with it's like the more you hear, you more you say. You say, wait a minute, you said now you saying hold up. You said over here, but now you saying over there. So yeah, then you start kind of hearing and seeing this inconsistencies and stuff.
Yeah,
So who
yeah.
knows? Who knows? I will say this: a lot of people. I was over on Lipstick Alley because I like to go over there and play with them. They said they absolutely did not call, email, or anybody. They checked their thread, the other thread. They went and checked the church threads, the church T. What's the
Oh,
church
thank
T thread?
God.
They said there
Thank
was. They
God.
said they do not. They said they watching what we doing over here. They said they don't know where people getting that story from and running with it, but they are not calling,
Hold on.
and messaging and doing any of that with anybody.
Thank
Um,
God. Hold on.
mhm.
Hold on, real quick. Now, I also hear, who was it? Annie. Annie was in the chat said that ZX is over there calling the church.
Well, he is now.
What the heck?
You know anything come out. ZX gonna pull his telephone out, child. He gonna pull that
Especially if
rotary
it's in
telephone.
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
What
he
you
gonna
say,
pull that rotary phone
Rotary?
out and be dialing one digit at a time.
Ah!
Yeah,
A
you
rotary
know.
phone.
Yeah, he on that rotary phone, honey, with the cradle sitting up on his shoulder, child, holding his big
Mhm.
head over. You know he
Dang.
calling. He can't resist. He got to be. He a busybody. Anything go down, he got to be in it. He got to call. He got
Okay.
to say something. He's a busybody. But tell the Lord thank
Dang.
you.
Dang. When Eddie said that, I wanted to say, Eddie, girl, stop lying. Then a couple of more people said, no, he said it. I'm like, oh my God. Eddie's in Philadelphia too?
Oh yeah, and honey,
Absolutely.
he get on that motorcycle and roll up over there. He can.
Okay.
I'm surprised he ain't
Look,
grabbed his helmet yet, child.
boots on the ground like 88 was
Hmm.
out there in Texas.
Yeah, I'm
Where that
surprised he
Carmelo
rolled
Anthony.
over there and said, "Look, I need y'all to do something about this." But
Okay.
but
But no,
yeah,
I just,
I hope it all turned out okay. But she seems to be enjoying herself, and the more it goes, the more the more she goes, child. And she
that's
was over there
good.
throwing Jay Wilson under the bus, child. I said,
Mhm.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
And once again, my thing about that is I was disappointed with him because he said that she sent him an email when all of this first started happening. He only read a few words or a few sentences and then decided to go live about it. And it's been content ever since. And then every time somebody goes live and Catherine is in the chat, oh Catherine, come hit the link, come talk about it. Y'all are making this baby tell this story
She's a
every
grown
day,
woman.
and every single time she
She
tells
is
a
a
story,
she's
she
she's a
is
grown
grown.
woman. And,
She
and
is grown.
this is, I mean, that's like saying that's like selling candy and not doing advertisement to the children. With
Rico.
this is content. I mean, people over here are content creators, and they make their money off content. So it's like selling candy but not advertising to the children. I'm not trying to defend. Well, yes, I
Mhm.
am. I'm trying to defend everybody. She wants it out. She wants to talk about it. And I heard what you're saying about restore. But if we restore, I mean, you would have to come get me and be like, Cruiser, come on. You would have to pull me by my hand. I have to come get you sometime and pull you by your hand. We'll be constantly pulling each other by the hand because really,
Absolutely.
I mean,
Because because
we were
because
following Galatians
every
over
now
here.
and again,
We'll constantly be tapping each other. Sis, let me know. Can I pull you in the
e-
vestibule?
right.
It'll be a constant.
Every
Yeah.
now and again, Chris would be like, you all right? Like, chill
Come
out.
here, come here. So it'll
Let
be
me
a
chill
constant.
out.
It'll be a constant thing. There was a few years ago when me and Jay Wilson did say, hey, pull us aside and say, hey, you might not want to do this. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. But when somebody insists upon they want to do something and they are an adult and they seem to be enjoying it, then I mean, what can somebody do?
The only thing you can do is let them know, hey, you may want to shut up. And
And
once
she's been
again,
told that numerous times.
numerous of times. And so
Hmm.
now it's to the point now where you had Karen hitting Jay Wilson link telling me something, oh honey, I am a member of the church.
Yes. Yes.
I said,
I said, woo, 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 woo,
I said, hold on, honey.
woo,
I
woo,
scooted
woo,
myself
woo.
up to that table. I said, girl, keep talking.
Mhm.
And that's
Right.
why, and then Jay was something, I told you RY had some tea. No, 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 no. I ain't seen that lady over there. I don't even know that lady.
Mm-mm.
I just
And,
know people that go to Enon. And I
yeah,
know exactly who that Anastasia is.
listen. A lot of the people in the beef sector, they are church folk. I mean, the majority. If we start going through people, VS church folk, Five Eight
Mm-hmm.
church folk, Cruiser church folks, Jay Wilson church folk, RY church. I can go on and on. Most of
Hmm.
us are from the church,
Right.
so a GX from the church.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. I'm surprised somebody's just finally coming out. You know what I'm saying? That was over here. That's hearing this talk. People. I heard people saying in another chat, "Oh, that was coincidental." No, it's not. No, it's not. We sit
Mm-mm.
among each other every day, and we're 6 degrees. Is it 6 degrees of separation? 6 degrees
Mm-hmm.
of separation.
And let me tell you how I found out I knew who Cruiser was. Who Kojic in here? Okay, girl, come on. I was born and raised apostolic, honey. I ain't joined Kojic till I moved to Virginia. But I'm gonna tell you how me and Cruiser found out we knew each other. We was in somebody's shit. I think it was Jay Wilson.
Oh, Jay Wilson. Yep.
Cruiser dropped down and made one statement. That was it. And that
Mm-hmm.
statement was, "Oh, you heard Bishop who was it? Bishop Willis died."
Bishop Willis, his son, he passed.
And when I saw that,
And you
I
said
left it
that
alone.
used to be
And I
my
went back to him and said, "Whoa,
bishop.
whoa, 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 whoa." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Rosa, how do you know who this?" She said, Virginia Third." I said, "No, no, no. How do you know this person?" And she said, we can't talk here. Hit me up on
Mhm.
Instagram. Baby, hit her up on Instagram, y'all. Ah, come to find out she knows me, my family. We went to the same church.
Mhm.
That's how small the world is and how small this sector is, even though it may seem like it's big.
Yeah,
Never
but
would have imagined.
yeah, and that's happened to me before. I've mentioned a guy I used to sing with Otis Battles, and somebody said Otis Battles. Wait a
Mm,
minute, it's your sister named Priscilla. It's like just it's
Otis
happened,
battles, yes, Lord.
huh?
I said Otis battles, yes, Lord.
So it's a small. People know each other, especially within because of social media. Back in the day, before social media, if you went to church, you knew of somebody knew
Mhm.
somebody. Especially like you, I'm apostolic, but then when you in the military, you got to go wherever. You got to
Right.
drop them denominations and go where you
Okay.
enjoy the church, and that's how I end up at a Kojic church. We
Yeah.
wasn't really Kojic, but that's how we ended up there. But anyway, so but people gonna know each other. Look at all that time me and Jay Wilson, and back in the
Yep.
'90s, he in school at Norfolk State. I'm married to a military man, and how many
Mhm.
circles of the same people we went
Exactly.
around
That's how
all
I
that
found out
time.
Jay Wilson and I ran in
Hmm.
the same circles
Yeah.
at one point in time, even though he's much older than I am.
Hmm.
He would name drop people. I'd be like, "Oh, how you know Hunchy? How you know Black? How you know
Hmm.
Earl? How
Yeah.
you know Pink?" If you are in the Virginia, if you're in the Tidewater area and you are churchy, 10 times out of 9, me, Cruiser, and Jay Wilson know exactly who you are because we
Gonna
all
know
run
you.
in the
Done
same
been to
circle.
the yeah, done been to a midnight musical, done probably sang
Okay.
on some combined choir together, something. That's how and
They love
even
doing
before
combined
this
class
social,
around
so
here.
with this social media thing, that even makes it even more where people are going. So it doesn't shock me. I'm sure there's plenty more people, members of Enon. That them people they got it's 20,000 members plus
Yep.
in that
Plus,
church. Yeah.
plus. So this whole thing, this is crazy. Honestly, I really, I was coming from the place of we have to stop cherry picking scriptures that we're going to abide by. Because, like I said, Jake Wilson had a title. Oh, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Yeah, that's what it says. Oh, the kingdom suffered violence, and the violence. Yeah, that's what it say. Catherine, oh, the world can be against me, but God is for me. Yeah, that's what it say. But what could you have done to alleviate you even having to get to that step? Be quiet.
But I hate when scriptures are used in the beef sector because not because God is everywhere. You see,
Mhm.
if
Everywhere.
I make my bed in hell, there he was,
He will
there he
be.
is. No, nowhere I can go where he's not with me. But so many things don't apply here. You know what I mean? To me, that's like going in the liquor house and saying, "Don't y'all be drunk." They go in there to get drunk. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so many things that just don't apply. We can say it all we want, and it's always going to be cherry picking because
Oh,
it's
Sneaky Link,
always
I'm
going to
coming to
be,
you too next.
huh?
No, I'm telling Sneaky Link, I'm coming to her topic
Okay.
next.
But yeah, it's always going to be cherry picking because it's always going to be where, let me just say it, we ain't abiding. We ain't abide.
Exactly.
When we
We're
sitting up over
not.
in the beach sector, we ain't abide by none of that.
We're not. And that's why I was just like,
Hmm.
I felt convicted. Because I'm just like, come on, man. Come on. Like, why are we doing this?
I don't feel the least bit. I'm sorry. Pray for
Because
me. I don't feel the
I
least
was,
bit
I was
because it's what she
cracking.
wants.
It's what she wants.
Hmm.
However, just because that's what she wants, still don't make it like, oh my girl, you shouldn't be laughing at her. And I really, really felt bad. And I even used when I said cherry picking, I was coming from the place of a friend of mine called me the other day and I cussed her out so bad, Cruiser. I made up cuss words. Honey, you know who my folks is. I made up cuss words. And my justification for that was curse them that curse you. I took that scripture so far out of context, and that is not what it was even talking
No,
about.
no, it's talking about a witch
It just
type cursing. It's talking
right.
about
It
it ain't talking
made
about
me feel
it ain't talking
justified
about
in that moment.
profanity. Profanity cussing.
Thank you.
Cussing is talking about putting a curse on somebody.
Thank
Curing.
you. See, but people don't talk about this. See, because if they really were to deep dive into that, when the Bible talks about cussing like swear words, it was really
Mhm.
only calling somebody a fool
Right,
was a
right.
swear word back then. It wasn't
There
until
is no
modern day we
scripture
came
that
up with
says
code
thou
words.
shallest not say it shitteth. It ain't in there.
Especially if the Bible said he used the ass. So
Right.
if he can use the ass, guess what?
Yeah.
But then I'm just like, but what? And then I said, we cherry pick the scriptures that justify what we're doing, but then we skip over the scriptures that speak to our sin and our struggle. And I have a problem with that. I do.
And that's
I,
why I
I
think
have a problem with
and
that.
that's why I just think in certain places it shouldn't be used at all because we'll all be caught in it.
That's true. But
Everybody.
now let me ask you
We'll
this
all be
though.
caught in it.
Let me ask you this. You said you feel like there are certain places where it shouldn't be used. I can only think about this scripture, and honey, this is my favorite one. That word have I hid in my heart, that I
Hmm.
might not sin against thee, right? So if he's
Hmm.
everywhere and his word is in my heart that I might not sin, now I'm still gonna sin. Okay. Oh, I'm good.
That I might
Oh,
not. But here's
I'm good.
the yeah, but here's the thing is that and not that I don't think it should be used. Let
Hold
me
on, right
say it
quick.
another way.
Talent.
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. Good
Hey,
evening.
talent.
Okay.
Hey,
Let me say this. Let me correct what I just said. Not
Okay.
necessarily that should not be used in certain places, but if we use it, that mean I can't be there anymore.
That's true. That is true.
So if either you're gonna be there, you know,
But even if
or
you don't use it, that word is still in your heart, and you
it's
still
still
know the
true.
right from
It's still
because
true, but
if we gonna
yeah,
go
ain't
that
no use
route,
in me sitting over
go that
here
route.
quote. Yeah, ain't no use in me sitting over in the B sector quoting scriptures. You know,
Right.
I'm gonna have to just get out.
Exactly. See, and if we're gonna go that route, it also says to know right, but to do wrong is still a sin.
It's
That's why
still
I said,
yeah.
honey, I sin
So you
every
can't
day.
do nothing but leave because after a while you're gonna be talking to yourself and you're like, well, what am I here for? But anyway,
But you can leave and go to another sector and still do something crazy. What's up, talent?
hey, I saw you two up here, and you both have common sense. So I wanted to just come up here and ask you both,
Okay.
um, why is the sector exploiting a mentally ill woman, a woman who's had a stroke previously? She's going through some type of psychotic break now, where she's in that delusional stage,
she has not
and
had a stroke, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't want you to put out not really gossip, but I don't want you to speak nothing on her.
yeah, she's talked about she had what was considered a stroke, neurological issues, and clearly when she came back on the scene recently, she was out in the street. She was getting feisty with people, um, so it was clear that she may have been homeless then. And I had told people that this woman is going through some things. She's manic. She's not getting any sleep. She's going on tour and no one really seems to be focusing on the real issue because she got kicked out because, as a stay-at-home daughter who's mentally ill, if you know these type of cases, the parents just throw up their hands and give up, similar to what Lemon's mother did. Um, you can only take so much back talking, so much this and that before you got to go. And that's all what has happened. Miss Catherine, aka Big Cat, has been unable to abide by the rules set by her parents. She's feisty. She's going through these delusional periods where she actually believes what she is saying. But like I said at the outset of me talking, I know
Hmm.
you two have common sense. And why aren't we focusing more on her mental health and how we should help her avail herself of those resources? Because now people are saying, give her cash apps, do this and that. And that's a band-aid on a bullet wound.
Mm.
We need to really surgically focus on what the underlying issue here and fix that. Because just giving her money, 100 here, 200 here, what is she going to do with it?
Right.
She's still going to need a permanent roof over her head. She's still going to need to have permanent access to mental health resources. So I'm saying a lot of talking, but the question still stands. Why do you think the beef sector would allow this type of exploitation to take place?
And that's very funny you mentioned that because that was one of the things I said earlier. Like, and I came from the biblical standpoint of if you see your brother or sister fall into temptation, those who are spiritual should restore them in meekness. That means cover them, don't exploit them. And then I even said, the more she talks, y'all are pushing her closer and closer to having a mental crash out because her speech is slowing all the way down.
Yeah.
And you could just hear it in her voice that something ain't right. And she is getting ready to crash out.
And we don't know. She may, and I hate to put this out there in the ether, but
Hmm.
she could really start believing what she's saying and want to take action against the good pastor or the first lady based on her delusions. So this is a serious situation. And, I think ultimately what's probably going to end up happening is some type of psychiatric hold, which she may be on right now. I know she's giving a story about having some type of surgery, but like I said, when she first came back a couple of weeks ago, she was out in the street being kind of real mouthy with strangers, kind of
Hmm.
like homeless vibes.
Hmm.
So,
Now,
yeah,
I did ask Jay Wilson
What do you
after
mean
Lent
by
was
when she first
over.
came back?
I did, hold on. I did ask Jay Wilson after Lent was over. I was just like, yo, where's Catherine? And he was like, well, she told me, that she's out here working while it's day because when night comes, no man shall. Where I said, all right, whatever.
You know where
I-
Catherine? Can I tell you
okay.
something? You know where Catherine was during Lent and after Lent?
Where?
Over in the church sector.
Mm.
We saw
No, I'm
Catherine.
talking about no. I'm talking about when she popped up. She popped up like about 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and
we
she
saw her.
popped out.
I never miss
Yeah,
You
Catherine.
can. Yeah, you can share me out,
yes,
baby.
yeah. She popped out in the street.
You mean in the B sector street? Because she was around
No,
social media.
no, I'm talking about in the street. She was actually on the street. That's what I'm talking about. That's when I got the impression. Hey, she may actually be experiencing
So
being
if I may
unsafe.
answer your question,
Yeah,
it annoys me and tickles me all at the same time that people keep going in Wendy's really expecting to find the healthy menu for real. Over in the beef sector, the
they do.
majority of
They
us
do have a
is on the
possible burger.
verge. The majority of us is on the verge of breakdown.
Yep.
The majority there and restore such a one. Why nobody ain't never come and restore me? I done cut up round all around these streets, acting a
Did.
damn fool, and ain't nobody come. But all of a sudden, Catherine over here acting up. Everybody, it goes back to what you was started out saying cherry picking. Not only
Yep.
do we cherry pick scriptures, but we cherry pick who we want to help. It
Mm.
was some time. It was a couple of months, and I can name off the month, but I'm not because y'all gonna go back and say, "Ooh, that I
Uh-uh.
was on the verge of
Casey's
breakdown and was
watching.
cussing folks out left and right. Anybody could get it.
Oh
Wait,
no.
what was this? I missed that.
I was tearing folk up, tearing them up, tearing them up. You see what I'm saying? So you never we pick out what appears to be, but anybody in the beef sector, it's a lot of questionable people in the beef sector, and we think just because cruiser go on cruises, cruiser go on vacation, cruisers drive that particular car, cruiser must got a job, so cruiser must be fine. We just assume half the beef sector need help. So if that is
Absolutely.
the case, we need to clean up the whole thing. The whole thing would have to be cleaned up. We
Okay.
got
In the
people
words
that
of
got
Treasure
conditions
Lane,
in the beef
just
sector,
cleaning up.
illnesses in the beef sector. We don't have, like and then after a while, we become very immune to it and numb to it because we be like, child, well, she just had a flare up. And, I mean, we get immune to people that we already know have issues. And then when
That's true.
somebody new acting out, we want to jump on that and pretend like we're concerned. If we were
That's
concerned, the beef sector wouldn't be thriving the way that it is.
that's very
We
true.
would
And I
be we
want to
would be
address
concerned
this.
about all and not just one.
That's very true. And I want to address this right here. Just Blaze, thank you for coming in, boo. Just Blaze said that should be the position of the folks in her circle, just like the rest of us. Nobody is obligated to get anybody off the ledge, but the people who care enough to not want to see you jump. I feel like this statement right there goes against the whole if you see something, say something as well. Like you don't have to be in her circle to be like, hey yo, you all right? Something don't sound right. Is there anything I could do to help? Like talk to you something. I'm not saying some everybody going to their pocketbook and stroke a check for $1 million and say, "Hey, girl, go buy you a new house." No,
I don't,
just
I
a
don't, I
simple,
don't,
"Hey,
I
how you
don't, yeah,
doing?"
I don't think we, and I say we, the
Hey, just
collective
Roxy.
we, I don't think we can really help her because,
No.
she seems to be confrontational. She really seems to be getting more entrenched in her delusion. And
Yeah.
so I don't think, professionals at this point is probably what's needed, but I'd
Yeah.
also be a little concerned about the pastor and his wife because you never
Mhm.
know when these type of people who aren't getting the mental health resources they need, they can go off the rails real big. So
Absolutely. And that's why
yeah,
I kept telling Ghetto, "Hey, leave
I
this
believe she's.
alone."
I believe she's extremely intoxicated off the attention that she's getting from the authority.
I
that
can
too.
believe
That
that too.
too. I heard her because
Do
she
I
keeps
think that
saying,
she's
"Look at my
do I think
source."
that she's in any way dangerous or will hurt anybody? No. But I think she's extremely intoxicated off the attention that's coming from the story. You have certain people in the beef sector and other sectors who have been trying to find a breakout story or break out something that's going to get them what is going to be my thing that's going to get me in there, and they tried this and they tried that and they tried this, and then when they find that thing that works, they're going to keep striking that iron wires hot, keep striking that iron wires
Absolutely.
hot. I don't think that there was a time when I was concerned about her. But after listening to her and before we came to our truce last night and listening to her today, I don't think I'm not nowhere near as concerned as I was. I think she says she's fine. And I think she's just enjoying herself in these YouTube streets. I think she's using the wrong thing too, because I think that
Mhm.
these people could potentially shut her down because she is saying some things that could potentially defame the
Absolutely.
churches and the pastor's name by saying, "Oh, he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that, and y'all think he's doing this and he's not helping these churches and all of that." That could potentially really, really, come back and hit her in the face negatively.
Very
But
true.
as far as thinking that she's going to run in that church and harm anybody,
No.
it would shock me. It would shock me. I think she's just. I think she understands that the beef sector is not the world, even though it can get a little viral. But I don't think going to Jay Wilson's panel and there's 300 people in there. The interview I did with her got 1,000 views. I don't think that she feels like this is going to go, because every time somebody say, "Well, I'm gonna call them," she's like, "They don't care about this stuff over here. They don't care about," because she knows that. She knows that the man is
And
busy and
that's why
doing
she
stuff.
told Ghetto.
Yeah.
That's why she told Ghetto, if you don't
Hmm.
stop, I'ma tell your fat brother, which is the pastor, what you be
Hmm.
doing. I said, girl. Now
Yeah. Because
tell it.
she know
Did you
that's the
hear that lady
closest
click
to.
Jay Wilson's link today? That was a member of the church. Oh, he dropped. Okay. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think that Ghetto is the closest to concern that she come, because she know they're frat brothers, and he's New
Hmm.
Jersey, and New Jersey and
Philly, they
Philadelphia is
borderline
so
right next door
close.
neighbors.
Yeah, it's so close. But I think I think that's her concern with Ghetto. Her main concern is Ghetto. But other than that, she knows that everybody is so far, kind of far removed. Even a member, like you, a member of
Yeah.
the church of 20,000 people, child, you go bouncing yourself up there. Talking, I want to talk to him because I want to tell him that somebody's saying something on the YouTube down in the beef sector.
Right.
Then what? Who? What? When? What? Huh?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so and she's in the church sector. She see how this thing goes. She's in the
Hmm.
church sector where we discuss the Jamal Bryants and the
Oh,
Brian
child.
Carn. She see how when the Church of God in Christ is in convention, how
Ugh.
them people is over there in the pulpit arguing with us, literally arguing
Argue,
with
baby,
us,
because
the
if I
content
get on
creators.
social media one more time and I see, a pastor preaching a
Mhm.
sermon about my brother Jives, I'm gonna have a problem.
saying King Jives and talk about McCray
Yes.
and honey and tapping and St. James end up at the convention and tapping St. James on his corner.
Oh,
Come here, can we talk to you? She knows those things happen, so she knows
so
from
she's
that.
trying to get
From
her
look,
foot in.
see, the beef sector ain't watching the church sector, so they don't know
Not
how
at all.
close the content creators are. They don't know this whole beef and struggle and pull and struggle going on between the content creator and actual churches.
Exactly.
Actual churches. You
Now,
know,
Black Girl
whole
Code. She said no interviewer has managed to carry out a focused, comprehensive interview with Miss Catherine. You want to know why? Because she is the type of person that will make you mid-interview just take like 5 shots of Hennessy to the head, because she is going to get so far off topic.
hmm
Because today she went from talking about the issue with her mama to writing an autobiography
hmm
to self-publishing it to being on the same level as Joel Osteen. He make
hmm
millions. And they was over there at pieces like, Catherine, come on back, girl. That ain't even what we talking. That
right.
ain't what we talking about.
People call themselves mad at me, talking I was over talking her. Honey, I ain't want her taking me down I-95.
Okay. Not doing that. We're not about to take
Yeah.
295 to 90. No, 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 no. We're not
Yeah,
about to do all that.
we not doing ring around Rosie, and because she can take you
Mm-mm.
there, and that's how I feel like she's okay because she knows when to duck and dive and shimmy. She knows when to pick that old post up and move it over there.
She does, but here's my thing though. Like, can we just keep it 100? This is 2026, where people don't care about all that, honey. They'll walk up to you, pop you in your face, and keep it moving. Catherine, what I don't want to happen to her is she run her mouth so much because I don't care what nobody say, honey. The biggest gang is church.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Ask me how
absolutely.
I know.
Child,
Baby,
child.
I seen people go to visiting churches for their anniversary services. They ain't going to support. They're going to fight. Oh, the church is
hmm
the biggest gang.
Oh, you remember that?
So
You remember
so
that lady hit William McCray up in jacked him up in he
oh,
was
bump
talking all
that.
that trash.
Bump that. Baby, we could actually go all the way to California on this one. Bishop Noel Jones's wife was sitting in
Yes,
the
and
service,
that
and a
woman ran.
crazy woman
She sure
walked in and
did.
punched her in the
She
face.
she she ran right on up through there, and somehow did get to Noel Jones. I sure did, sure did.
And
It
punched her
happens.
right in the face.
hmm So
Baby,
I
that was
mean,
all over the social media. So I reached out to a friend that I know that went there. I said, bro, did that happen? He was like, child, it was so embarrassing. That lady Molly whopped her. I said, oh, okay, well, there it is. All because something to do with her son. I said, oh, this is stupid. So no, the church is the biggest gang.
yeah,
I have been to a music. Child, remember Cruz and us talking about that midnight musical? I have been to a midnight musical where something in me said, you may want to go ahead and leave because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. But I just wanted to be nosy. I go outside in the church parking lot, and a big time choir person that was recently incarcerated. His lover was out there keying his car, flattening his tires, and a whole brawl happened right outside. So when I tell y'all the church is the biggest
I
gang, that's
remember
what I'm
when
just
John
like
P.P.
tapping
and
your
Hezekiah
in.
Walker used to go at it.
Oh, absolutely. I went to John P. Key Church one time because I had to go sing down there, honey. He had all of his security team. I'm
Yeah,
talking
I
about
remember when
gangster
him and
grannies
Heads and
pulling out
John
weapons, holding it
Heads
up
and
in the
King used to
air.
go at it hard. That's why when they sang that song together, it was everybody was like, okay, how y'all in separate
Okay.
studios? Because we know how y'all used to scrap. But
See,
but
because here's
but
my thing. People forget that John
mhm.
P. Key put out an album that talked about him not being guilty. Y'all can't run it up on that man if y'all want to.
Yeah,
Him and
but
his little sweatsuit gonna
church
punch you.
people are people, and people forget that.
Absolutely.
We're
They do.
we're not little Jesuses.
No.
Church people
Not
are
at
enough
all.
people, and anytime you have people, you're gonna have trouble. Listen, when I go down to the lounge, and I tell my kids this all the time: don't be the last person coming up out of here. There, don't let them turn the lights on you. Do last call. You be conscious. You get on out of the same way I get on out of the lounge. My phone rang.
Are you
I get
good?
up on out of the lounge at the same time at a certain time. I get up on
Hmm.
out of the church at a certain time too,
Okay, because what we
because I
not
don't want
about to
no
do, you're not
trouble.
about to have me up in this
I don't want no
parking lot hemmed
trouble.
up. Nope, not at all.
I might have lost
Hey,
you with
Miss Rowland,
sound.
can you hear me? No, I can hear you. Okay, hold on, let me put back in. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I think she coming back, y'all. She probably lost sound because somebody called her. But yeah, that's all. That's all I really had today. Hey, Miss Paulette. Now, Sneaky Link. Is Sneaky Link still in here? I don't see her. Where's she at? I don't see her. Yes, Shimmy. Okay. Hey, Mimi. I didn't even see you slide up in here. Hey, baby sis. Welcome. I appreciate y'all for coming on in here. That's really all I had today. To be very honest, I just had to get that up off me because I'm just like, you're welcome, Cruiser. Thank you for coming up, baby. Oh, you are here. Ah, okay. Now let me go over here because I need to know. Hold on. I'm about to pull it up. Because, like I said, 5 minutes before Envy hit that live button, he said, hey, read this. So I'm like, okay, hold on real quick. Pull it on up. Is it this one? Not after the beef sat down. Woo, sweet Jesus. Oh, snap. See, I'm an honest troll, and that second sneaky link. Y'all are crazy. Did you take it down? I think you did. Oh no, no, you didn't. How do I share this? Y'all know I'm new to this. Hold on. Let me see. How do I share my screen? Mm, entire screen. I think I do it this way. Hold on. Okay, let me do it like that. Oh, okay. Oh, there. That's how you do that. Duh, stupid. All right. Can y'all see it? Hold on. Can y'all see it? Okay, there you go. Really care for my y'all. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. We gonna figure this out. Okay. So this says, oh shit, and I'm blind by the maze. I thought my groceries is at the door. It would have helped to have this set up on this other screen too. The sneaky link. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, so Sneaky Link decides to take to her community wall. And she said, Miss Intel owes me reparations for following all of her rules, having her back, and going live several times, which I then had to private with no pay. While she got cash apps for doing nothing different. Can I get a cash app for my StreamYard so I can cuss her TF out? Dollar sign, the sneaky link LV. It's 44.99. Okay. Sneaky link. What was that about? What was the look? Yeah, okay, I'm so glad y'all see it. And look at Sneaky Link just over here laughing. What was that about? Cause I want to know. Cause I'm like all shades of nosy. Oh, that's easy. That's how you stop it. Hey, BJ. Sneaky Link. Don't get quiet now. What was that about? Hold on. Oh, because I'm definitely interested. Hey, Dr. Swag. I don't know if I spoke to you. BJ, are you behaving yourself? Dr. Queen Pisces. Hey, boo. Now, according to, and I just realized this was a whole poll that she put up. Oh, there goes Sneaky Link. I've been bothering her for uh-uh. Hold on. Sneaky Link, can you click this link for me, boo? Hopefully you can avail yourself to loan me a pair of seconds of your time. And then after this, I'm gonna wrap this on up. Cause this is interesting. It is a whole poll. I just realized this. 60% say I got $5 on this sneaky cent. You did good. 40% her bigot ass ain't gonna help. Sent a dollar. 0%. Cuss her clean out. She was wrong. Sent $2. Y'all are crazy. Y'all absolutely insane. I'm almost scared to vote. Hold on. Okay. Oh, she said, hang on. Let me do my phone. I'm doing for my phone. I'm coming. Okay, boom. Sneaky said she wants to. Okay. She said, run me my money. Okay. She said, run me my coin dollars, like Brianna used to call it. Give me my coin dollars. Y'all, Sneaky Link is coming up here. And honey, after I talk to her about this, I'm wrapping this up. Okay. Because I'm about to go eat dinner. And my dinner ain't nothing but some watermelon today. Queen Pisces. Why did you click? No, I'm glad you over here, Queen Pisces, because you did something. I don't know if you clicked Pizarro's link today just to go up there and kind of tell Catherine, yeah, you just rambling at this point. So can we get back on top? What I tell y'all? I was over there tickled. And then I was tickled at Jay Dunn, the whole Jay Dunn and audio thing. I'm like, what in the world? I hope YTC is okay because I felt so bad for her this morning. I'm making dinner as we. Oh, what you making, Mimi? What you making? See, in my mind, it's gonna be watermelon, but I may make a salad. I don't know, but I'm not really hungry. The math ain't, baby. Listen, listen. That's why I was like, mm. Oh, there you go. Sneaky Link.
Hey, I'm here. It's me.
Hey, boo. Thank you for coming up here, honey.
You're welcome. No problem.
Now, what in the world is going on?
Why everybody else control and talk shit, but when I do it, it's a problem. I've been quiet for like 7, 8 years in this sector. Why I can't talk? Why I gotta be quiet?
But Envy sent me that literally like right before he was up. He said, "Hey, read this," and I'm reading it. I said, "Hold on,
That post was
wait."
only up for like maybe 20 minutes before Envy read it.
One thing I will say about him, honey, he does this quick scan of everything, and he'll just be like, "Hey, have you seen this? No, I didn't. What is it? Read it. Hold on." Like, oh, and he was just like, "Sneaky link, okay." I said, "I think she may be joking, but I don't know. I know." Because I was scared to say anything. I'm just like, because what you're not about to do is you're not about to have pizza come scream and give me a headache behind this.
People could cuss everybody out. Why I can't cuss her out?
Oh God. When is you just gonna rip the band-aid off and just cuss her out now?
And listen, I don't got to rush either. I take my time. I'm gonna take my
Ooh.
time, and when I get it out, it's gonna come out. I'm gonna go live. She knows why I'm upset with her, though. She knows. It's
So
not like it's a
your
secret.
reasoning for being upset, is it only frenemies or is it something else?
Simply frenemies. That's the only thing I involve myself in for her. Other
Okay.
than that, I
So
don't get involved into.
what exactly are you upset about?
I'm mad
Other
about a
than her
few.
disbanding it.
Okay, it's a few things. I don't want to do too much because I am gonna do that live.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the frenemies thing, honestly, I just felt like she let people back her up against the wall with nonsense, and she could have done what she started to do. Um,
Mm,
Sometimes you got to come out swinging, and that's just what it is. And I don't feel like she did exactly what she should have done.
okay.
You don't let nobody back you down from nothing. If you say you want to do something, you do it. So, and then I'm confused about as the why as well. So, was it because we got a couple of reasons? So, and then if you look at all, see, this is where Envy messed up at. He didn't look at, you got to look at all the polls. Because if you look at all the polls, you can see exactly why I'm upset.
Let
It
me see,
tells
because
you
I see you had a lot of polls and stuff.
because
Let me
I
see.
don't have any other way to
Ah.
produce content in this sector anymore, in this area anymore.
Why
There's
don't
no,
you?
I'm not, because I'm not a beef sector content creator. I only started producing content for frenemies, so now I don't have a voice. in this place. I can sit in the chat like I've been doing and
Mhm.
respond to what all of you guys are saying, but I'm not getting involved with that because we created that sector for a reason. So if I continue to create content now and there's no frenemies behind me, that means I'm B sector and whatever happens to me happens to me. There's not
Hmm.
going to be nobody to have my back to be like, oh, we supposed to be frenemies. That wasn't going to happen. Da 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 da. No.
Damn.
So that would make me B sector, correct?
By the definition, yeah, it would.
Right. So now
But
I can't do anything. I can't. You made it so that I can't say
you
nothing.
put up, it's the one poll right here. I really try not to scream to the top of my lungs. Are you okay? And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Are you okay?
There's a few that you might be like, what the hell is going on with this girl?
Uh-uh. Maybe you asked
But
such
here's
and
what
such
it
on the
is. I'm
down
gonna.
low.
That's because that what was happening on the panel. Catherine said that he was on the down low. So I asked the question. I can't produce the content, so all I'm doing is sitting behind the scenes questioning what I see. My poll is a question to what I see, and I want to see if people are looking at it the way that I'm looking at
It's the answers. Girl,
it.
it's ghetto on the down low. Child, that ain't a secret. Ghetto does not like men. Lemon might be his crush, but he will never tell. LOL. Yep.
Ghetto knows Ghetto knows I bother him too. But it's not out of a malicious place. It's not from a place of hate. Like I'm gonna cuss pizza out because I hate her. No, I'm
Right.
gonna tell you how you made me feel. And I'm gonna tell you about yourself and how you made yourself look. But I'm gonna tell you that out of love. I don't gotta be dragging you around by your edges like you dragging the intels around by their edges.
Jesus Christ. Now, did you and Ghetto ever have this fight or this argument that y'all have been talking about for a while
No,
now?
he gonna fight back with Catherine, but he don't want to fight with me. So I don't want to fight with a girl. So is Catherine not a girl?
But Catherine not a woman?
That's
What?
how it's
Ghetto.
done. And
Ghetto,
even
chill
with
out.
Ghetto, I don't have a problem with Ghetto either. I don't mind Ghetto at all. I don't like the way he allows people to treat him. You're a grown ass man who's supposedly straight.
Hey,
Why
Ghetto.
are you letting a man who has all of these issues coming up on him call you a promiscuous woman and you're laughing
Mm.
and you're posting pictures of yourself as a slim pig? I just don't get that. I when I find respect in a person, once they start dipping off into another area, I'm like, dang, you what the fuck is going on? What had happened?
Yeah. You know what? I got to get off of your community walk because are you? Did
You have
dragons wash her hands after peeing on lemon panel tonight? Girl, what?
no, she peed again last night on Lemon Pen when she came back. Hella quick with dry hands playing in her hair. What the fuck was that? Did you wash or not wash your hands again? So you just naturally don't wash your hands when you pee. That's why I don't shake hands today.
I don't even do fist bumps. I give you the head nod, and I'm keeping it moving. People is
Child,
nasty. They don't wash their hands.
don't
Ghetto,
come
bro.
up
You
with
gotta
me
stop letting
today.
that dude disrespect you. It's not funny. It's weird. Oh my god, y'all, if y'all, y'all go look at
Right. It's not like I did it in a
motherfuckers.
secret. I put an at sign. I was speaking to the person. Even with my
Don't say
last
it.
poll, the one that Emmy put up, was it a poll?
Uh-huh.
Yes, but it was an at to a person.
Now, Queen Pisces said, "I just don't like how he always have energy for the men, for the women."
He doesn't have the best energy when it comes to certain things, and that was the first thing that I didn't like. And it wasn't like I was just saying what I was saying because of Dr. Queen Pisces. I had
Hmm.
seen him have another issue too, and I'm just like, when I'm look, there's certain people that I look at him as a man, if
Right.
that makes sense. There are some people on here that I look at as a boy, a child, uh, an ingrate. Like there's, but I looked at him as a man. So when you make do things like that, it just pulls away from your manhood, just a little
That's
bit,
true. That's true. Now, since I have some new folks that came in that weren't here at the beginning, I kind of want to double back around, and I'm glad you're up here, Sneaky Lake, because the very first thing I talked about was P.P.P, and I ain't talking about alone. Okay, I was talking about this premeditated or pre-planned P-bomb that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just me? Or the way she sat up to expose her bosom was planned because when they was screaming at her, yo, yo, chill out, like cover yourself, she sat there and started grinning in the camera and wouldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
That seems suspicious, right? Now,
Yeah, that was very suspicious.
now, this is for me, this is what solidified for me that this was, yeah, they planned this. I put this in Pizarro's chat. I said, based on yesterday's incident with Octavius and today's incident, because she had to take down that one live because Octavius kept dropping the F bomb. And then
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, Kiki P bombed him. I said, that proves that Kiki and Octavius are still together and set this up. Poor Tink Tink, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
all I said. Didn't think anything of it. Here is his response. And tell me what you think about this. RY, I am not with Kiki. What you think about that?
What?
I'll do it again. Based on yesterday's incident with Octavius and today's incident proves that Kiki and Octavius are still together and set this up. Poor Tink Tink. But this was his response. I'm not with Kiki. Now I
Because
know I'm not the smartest person in the room. But why did you only debunk the part that y'all not together?
listen, I try my best to stay out of this mess. Or why you trying to get me in beef sector mess? They gonna have
Why
something to
not
say.
debunk? I ain't with her and hell no, I ain't set that up. I don't roll like that.
Because we don't know exactly what the intention behind what they did was, and you could have been hitting it right on the head. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I'm gonna say, "Damn, I'm busted." You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how these people are.
Hmm. I
But
was
you,
like, oh, okay.
this
I
is
know
why I
what's going
stay
on.
away. I
Baby,
stay
I
away.
caught that. I said, mm-mm. And
Mm-mm.
when Octavius responded, somebody said, "Oh, Iron, why you are catching it?" I am. Because I like
Mm-hmm.
to sit back and read the room. And the simple fact that you denied being with them, but you didn't deny the setup. I would think that the most detrimental part of that is being accused of a setup,
Right.
not being accused of y'all sit together.
I think
Now,
that we sit back and we get to know these people a little bit, and you get to
mm-hmm,
know. You can see it. You know, I don't want to say too much, but you can see people's motives and their frame of mind at once you've seen a lot of them, and we've seen enough.
mm-hmm.
That's
Now,
how. Hmm.
she said she was with this African for 4 years. Now, my question then became, I don't know how many old school beefs that the folks was in this chat, but Kiki posted a video a couple years ago. She was at the dinner with some African, and the dude proposed to her in the restaurant. Now, she also had an incident at a Walmart. She ran up on another content creator, but then tried to play it off, and she was with an African. So is this the same African that we saw propose to you in that restaurant and you was up at Walmart with?
Probably was. But
Hmm.
he's weird too because I can't see me sitting in a room next to somebody I'm sleeping with, and somebody else telling me all the things that they done did to him and this and that. All and just a couple like a month. Like you just was with the. I'm a
Hmm.
reserve. I'm a
You
reserve.
remember that. Thank you. I knew I went crazy. Because she said in the restaurant, oh my God, oh my God. And then after that, we have this Walmart incident. Mm. And then furthermore, how were y'all together for 4 years if you and Octavia's been taking these lavish vacations?
That's what I was saying. Like he's sitting there with her while they're talking about all the things that they were doing together. He's not
Hmm.
even saying on his end, like the African guy's not like, oh well, we was split up at that time. We had an argument, we weren't together. So
Nothing.
they're making it seem like they were together the whole time, and he's able to ignore what Octavius is saying, which is crazy to me. So it either has to be bullshit
Hmm. Now,
or he's just a fuck nigga too. Maybe I don't know. Me, I can't.
because let me tell you something. If my dude is sitting beside me and there's somebody I used to deal with, comes
Mm-hmm.
out of his mouth and say, "Yeah, I was hitting that raw, dumping it, everything in her, even in her mouth." And my dude don't say nothing. Oh, we got a problem.
Right. That's what I was saying. The guy, he was able to sit there and not say anything, which leads me to believe either it was bullshit or he's bullshit. Like something that somebody ain't got something together over there.
See what I'm saying? Up, see, and this is the second person. The guy is married, is what people say. See, but if he African, I really wouldn't put that past him, because most African,
They
most
will have more than
Africans
one
date
wife.
more than
Yeah.
one wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you was over at ZX's this morning.
Mm-mm.
He said a couple of things that made my ears go, He said, since you want to keep bothering Shelly, and Shelly is my friend, I'm going to talk to you. He came out here and said that, oh, did y'all know that Kiki is a suspect in this, and this whole Firegate? And this said, oh, but did you all know that? I think he also said that Octavius is also or was a suspect in this Firegate, and that he had to vouch for Kiki. Now, when he said that, I had to sit back and really think about it. When this story first came out, and Kiki was going to all these platforms talking about it, Octavius was right there on her heels talking about something. I'm coming after anybody's channel that has her up here talking about this. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't understand why. Is it because you were a suspect and you had to vouch for Kiki? And then I just recently heard Octavius say something along the lines of, yeah, and Kiki threw me under the bus to the white man. So
Hmm.
maybe Kiki told that investigator some stuff about Octavius and threw him under the bus.
I would like to see any paperwork that's attached to that fire. My original channel is a crime channel, and I only speak from
Okay.
documentation or court.
Listen, and I need to get over there and get to watching your crime stuff because I'm a big like crime person. I can put on law and crime all day and be in heaven. That's why I'm ready for September for this Luigi
Hmm.
Mangione trial to start.
Hmm. I'm
That's
about
what
to
I'm waiting
do
for.
the Dwayne Davis, the Keefe D trial.
Oh yes, now that I did hear you say, and I will be watching that because
Yeah.
not my phone is having a heat stroke again. Annie, girl.
I usually
Well,
only do capital punishment cases. So a lot of this nonsense between them going back and forth with the fire and this and that is too trivial for me. A
yeah.
fire occurs, the fire department comes, they put out the fire, they do an inspection, they figure out where the accelerant was, and
Mm-hmm.
they know what caused the fire. It sometimes takes a couple of weeks, sometimes it can happen faster. After that happens, depending on where it started and what the accelerant was, or if there was no accelerant, they can tell whether it was an accident, this, that, and whatever. They can
Mm-hmm.
tell all of those things. So there should be some form of reporting that comes from that. And if she's a suspect, then she's going to be a suspect. If it started anywhere in her home, or let's just say maybe she was doing something weird. Let's just say anybody could do something like this. I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
something weird and I'm setting a fire in the hallway of my apartments.
Mm.
You don't know what could happen. You don't there I got ring cameras, people got ring cameras, people got you don't know people are you can be seen doing so much nowadays. You don't really have the
That's true.
expectation. You don't have the expectation of privacy anymore. So if something happened and she did something, it will be in paperwork soon. But my question would be is how are you talking about insurance payouts and things like that if
Mm.
you are the person who started it or did or
Okay,
had something?
because she said she got that insurance money 2 days after she filed the claim. So what was the purpose of that GoFundMe?
Right. But then you would also need proof of that as well. Did you file the claim? And did you get the money? Like I don't just believe anything anybody says when it comes
I
to
don't believe nothing
matters
that
of
come out her
different.
mouth. I ain't
Yeah.
believe nothing out her mouth when she said she has a Black American Express card. Girl, bye. No, you don't. You don't even make enough money to have that. But anyway, I just wanted to see what was going on with that community wall post, honey, because that thing tickled me. And I was surprised to see Pizza say, "Oh yeah, I know she mad at me. Let her cuss me out. I'm gonna be right there." So I'm going to be looking forward to that.
Every time she goes live and you see me type in her chat, she'll say, Sneaky, I know you mad at me, girl. And then she keeps going. So if you know I'm mad at you, why don't just be like, yo, my bad. I'm sorry. Like it's mad simple. I ain't do shit. You came out here swinging and banging and cursing and cussing and fussing and doing all of that. So I want to come behind you now.
See, because it's pizza, and at the end of the day, pizza is spoiled. Okay, but when you
So
do
in
something,
Mars, you don't know. I'm spoiled, and I'm gonna be
I
spoiled
kind of
first.
figured you was
Goddamn it!
spoiled.
I'm a
I kind of figured you
man.
definitely
I'm
give me spoiled
spoiled.
vibes.
My whole
Mm,
family spoils me. My partner spoils me. I'm a little sister. I don't know what y'all talking about. I get spoiled, and I'm with love, not with things with love.
mm. Now I do want to. I am gonna like be frequenting your true. I can't even talk. Your true crime content because I really, really want to
Yeah.
get into that because I love stuff like that. But I just kind of want to
Mm-hmm.
like get a feel of how y'all do it over there. So I'm gonna be over there.
Um, I don't really have a sector behind me. That my following that you see, it literally
Hmm.
came from. I've never been on anybody's panel until I came into the B sector. I did a
Hmm.
call into Wiley's show like maybe 8 or 9 years ago when he was first doing his show, but I never been
Okay.
on panels or anything like that. So my following that you see over there, almost 3,000, 4,000 people that I have over there, that's
Hmm.
me uploading videos. Sometimes I'm only getting 2 views, 10 views, 100 views. That's why I was explaining pizza. You have to be willing to sit in your chat with them 5 peoples if you want to get a new sector going. As long as you feel you got to
Absolutely.
pull from somewhere else, then you're going to be stuck circulating in the same place.
See.
You
Mm-mm.
can't keep yourself stagnant. You have to do the uploads. You got to do the shorts. You got to do the lives with nobody in them in order for you to build people. That's what I told her. If I would have brought my normal channel to the frenemies, I was bringing almost 4,000 people with me.
Jeez. And sometimes and people love to drag folks. Oh, you don't have a lot of numbers. Oh, you don't have this. And I feel like some of the people that like to drag other people about their numbers, they're only dragging because their channels is kind of like handed to them and they don't know what it means to like really put in the work for it. Oh, her audio went out. Annie, I'm looking at your community wall. Which one am I looking at? I know you like documentaries. I have like okay. Let me see. And sometimes I enjoy smaller settings. It's more listen, Mimi, that's why I love Girl Talk over here on Sundays. I love it. It's not a lot of people, and we just get to talk and we get to chop it up. And we don't have to worry about a bunch of people and you're scared to put something. Mm-mm. So, which documentary am I looking at, Annie? Hold on. Listen, Annie, I don't know if I ever told you this, but my family is from Detroit. My mom's side of the family is from Detroit, Inkster, all up and through there. Um, my feelings was hurt, Annie, when they decided to shut down Gibraltar's. Baby, what I tell you, every time I would go to Detroit to go visit my family, honey, when I tell you, Gibraltar's was my spot as a kid. Because they had like all of the collector cars and everything else like that. Oh, I love Gibraltar's. And then I heard they shut down. I said, Detroit ain't ever got to worry about seeing me again. Ever. So I just stayed over there in Inkster. Because that's the only reason why I would go to Detroit. Sorry, lost service. Can you drop the link? Yes, ma'am. I can. Dropping it for you right now. But yes, Mimi, I love smaller settings. And I feel like, with a smaller setting, you get to kind of, you know, feel your people out, talk to them so they can get to know you and then you can get to know them. Because I hate coming into a chat. I hate coming into a chat where it's like 500 people, especially if I don't know who the content creator is. I'm just like, oh, well, damn, I want to get to know you. Like, cut it out. Okay, sneaky link is the bad. Hello? Okay.
Yeah.
I said hello like I'm on the phone.
Sorry
Hold
about
on,
that.
Mimi,
My
you from
phone, my
Detroit?
service is.
No, you're good. Annie, do you remember Gibraltar's? And then it's a mall. It was a mall in Detroit. Oh, this is years ago. It was a mall in Detroit. Shout out to my Texas babies. Yes. Okay. Team 214-972-469. Okay. Born and raised in Dallas. Okay, sorry about that sneaky link. So yeah. So no, what I was saying was, yes, I definitely remember. Oh my God. Listen, I loved Gibraltar. Like, I loved it. And my feelings was hurt when they shut it down. Oh, geez, 461. Okay. Queen Pisces, you in Texas? Shout out to all my Texas babies, okay? Texas is the best state in the entire divided states of America. Just my opinion. Okay. But no, I definitely agree with you. Sometimes, it is best to start with the smaller crowd and work your way up. Because
Hmm.
nothing, you can't just have something handed to you and then you're going to be able to
Right.
sustain it because you don't know what it takes to sustain such large numbers because you've never had to deal with the small numbers. And I feel
Hmm.
like sometimes having a smaller crowd, while it is more intimate, sometimes having a smaller crowd is a lot harder than having a larger one sometimes.
Hmm.
Because I feel like with a smaller crowd, then you really have to be engaging with everybody. Versus
Exactly.
you have 5, 6, 7, 800 people in the chat. You can let the chat do what they want to do, and you could just ramble. I like talking to
That's
the
how
people.
you cultivate your own audience. That's what I was trying to explain to, some of the new content creators that were coming out.
Hmm.
Yes, share my link. I appreciate you if you do, but I got to do some work on my own to bring some people here. And I got to do my
Absolutely.
work with these people to make sure that I cultivate a great relationship with them. Because let's just say, for instance, you drop my link and I got 50 of your subscribers that come to me. Your 50 subscribers, when you hit the live button, they're gonna go back to your channel. It's not like they're gonna
Right.
sit over here. They're gonna go back to you and watch you until I cultivate an audience with them. So that means if I'm new, I can have all of these followers, but I literally gotta wait around until a spot is open to get people in. I gotta wait for redirects and things like that in order for me to be able to have an audience of in my content. No, just
See?
do your content. Let me know what you're gonna be talking about. You have a
Right.
thousand subscribers, but I have no clue what you want to do. You haven't cultivated any brand or anything behind it, and you're doing the same thing and that same thing everyone else is doing. So my thing is,
Fact.
if we are starting this sector, protect to so you say we're starting this sector, protect ourselves from people in another sector, their followers are gonna come too. Their people
That's
are gonna
true.
come too. You know what I'm saying? So
It's
you
true.
can't get away from that unless you meant
Yeah.
that's why I started with a brand new page.
Yeah, you did a good job even with the brand new page.
Yeah,
I I
that's how
I,
you
I
can.
can't lie.
That is a good eyeball of how you can tell who is supporting that frenemy sector. My channel was a great eyeball for that. Why? They didn't just follow me because of I was dropping links or I was sitting panels and doing all of that. They followed me because of what I was doing, the content that I was creating in the frenemy sector.
See? Well, you're doing a good job. Like I said, I will definitely be over there. Um, I'll definitely be over there watching your true crime stuff because I really, really want to get into that. And because y'all are thorough, like ordering
Yeah.
court documents and all that other kind of stuff. I'm like,
I go
oh,
for my case that I'm doing now. I am doing the
hmm,
case of Manuel Ruiz versus the state. He is the gentleman that came to Las Vegas and unalived the two people on the strip. I've literally been
yes,
in the I've been in the courtroom for almost every court date. I report directly from the courtroom. That is it. I got that following simply because of that reporting. I literally was
hmm,
showing up to the courtroom. Other people who were following the case
hmm,
wanted to know who was there. Did this person show up? They wanted to know if the YouTubers and things like that was showing up. I ain't no punk bitch. What I did, I walked right up into that courthouse. with my phone
Yeah.
on ready at all times, and I recorded in the hallway where it was legal to do so. I took
See?
pictures in the hallway where it was legal to do so. So people were able to start seeing who was coming to the trial, who was coming to the court date.
Wow. Woo. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be over there because I am very, very interested. And I really want to kind of like get my hands and my feet wet in other sectors.
Hmm.
Um, because honey, it's just us girlfriends over here, honey, and we just talking. I
Hmm.
feel like the beef sector is great. It is wonderful. However, I've never been the type to only put my eggs in one basket.
Hmm.
Never. And if you look at the longevity of everything, I'm not going to say there's no longevity in it. I will say this. Everybody in the beef sector is pulling at the same people, and it's
Exactly.
a popularity contest, right?
Hmm.
So, how can we grow if we are all entertaining the same people and you're just shuffling people around?
Hmm.
There's no growth in that. Absolutely not.
You
I
have
went
to
over to
be
Charlie's channel one
different.
day. I went over to and Charlie, that's my boo. I love me some Charlie.
Leave me some Charlie. Hi, Charlie,
I
if
would,
you're listening.
right. I miss you, girl. I'm sure Charlie will show up Sunday for girl talk.
Okay.
So I went over to her channel one day, and it was a nice, small, intimate crowd, which I love. So I went over and I said, "Hey, how y'all doing?"
Hmm.
And Charlie said, "Oh, there goes my boo. Can my moderators drop her link?" Just from Charlie dropping the link over there, borderline everybody that was in her chat came and subscribed to me. People I ain't never
Hmm.
seen a day in my life. And
That's
I
because
went
she has
live
a
that
small
next
audience and
Sunday.
she
I
has a
went live that next
relationship.
Sunday, and all of her people was over there in that chat. I said,
Hmm.
"Oh, thanks." So
Hmm.
you gotta go. Okay, I'm a church baby. I'm sure y'all know that by now. You know, even in church they say, you have to go outside the four walls of the church.
Hmm.
And if I were to bring like a biblical reference to it, there's a scripture that says to go out, therefore teach all nations and compel the people to come. I look at it the same way. Go
Hmm.
outside the beef sector. There's a whole world out there. Honey, I did not know it was something called a
Exactly.
doomsday sector. Oh, honey, I'll be all up over there.
Hmm.
It is so
Yeah, they
many
have
sectors
sectors
that
for
people can
everything.
plant in. Yes, we love Charlie, honey. We love us some Charlie. Okay? Love us some Charlie. As long as CCs are consistent and it feels organic, I will show up. It could be 500 or 2 in the chat. It doesn't matter to me. Exactly. Exactly. So I
Right.
like numbers like this. I don't mind this. 25 in it. I don't mind that because I get to literally interact with everybody that's in the chat and I got to be scrolling up a mile trying to find a comment. Ain't got to do that.
Is how
But
these
that's all.
people will gain a relationship with
Mhm.
you and get close to you. And then next thing you know, there'll be 50 people in your chat and you'll have those first 25 that you have a great relationship with already, and you'll start making new relationships with the new 25 that come in. It's
Absolutely.
easier to
And then
do it that way when
it
you're
is.
trying to create change.
That's true. And I was telling Envy one time, I was like, I have to look at it as I don't know if anybody in here ever did um, collections for a company. In collections, every month you have a goal that you have to hit, and each month
Hmm.
that goal increases, right? And I was fresh out of high school, and this is a lesson that I will never forget. So in collections, like say for instance, my goal for the month is $5,000. That's how much I have to bring in. My favorite time of the year was tax season because people getting their taxes back. Okay, well you got this bill right here, and the bill could be for $15,000. But how much can you? I could settle this for seven
Right.
thousand. Just like throwing a random number out there, getting them, getting
Hmm.
them. But then come the following month, now I have to start at ground zero all over again. And the
Hmm.
lesson in that stuck with me is simply this. They just simply said, baby, you're going about it the wrong way. Build your base. I didn't know what they was talking about. So they had to break it down to me, and it worked ever since. They say in collections to build your base. So if you settle in a $15,000 debt for 7,000, yes, that 7,000 sounds amazing right then and there, but build your base. Take half of that
I was
as your
just
down
about to
payment
say
and
that. Take
spread the
half and
rest
tell them
out
to
over a period of
pay.
months.
Yep.
And when I tell you that lesson has stuck with me in everything that I have done, it
Mhm.
just makes sense because I can, a scandal can pop off with my name in it and it's thousands in the chat. I have seen it happen.
Mhm.
But then it's just like, but then after that, then what? Then what? Now you have to start
You got
all over again.
you gotta do it all over again, and you gotta be okay with that.
hmm Because whatever
You
you
gotta
did to get all
be
them
okay
numbers
with
in
that.
at one time, you have to do
Mhm.
that times two to get that same amount of numbers.
Exactly. And
Build your
sometimes it
base.
takes time. It takes time to do that. It's not gonna happen overnight, you know? You gotta be
Yep,
willing to go through that's growing pains. That's growing pains.
absolutely. It's growing pains, and then you have to be strong and mature enough to block out the noise. Because trust me,
Mhm.
you will have for oh your numbers. Oh, you don't get no viewers. That's fine. That's fine.
Mhm.
Everything, everything isn't just handed to you on a silver platter. I have watched Lemon lose a channel, and people hold marathon lives to make sure he was at 1,000 subscribers
Mhm.
by the end of that night. And my
Exactly.
thing is this: when something is handed to you, you don't know how precious it is. But when you work hard for it, things are a little bit different. A little bit
Right.
different.
Because he'll say, I'll get back, I'll get right back, I'll get right back. Yeah, by having to go around
Exactly.
and build. And each time you
See what
come
I'm
back,
saying?
your membership is your following is just a little bit less every time you come back.
Yep. And
Just
I
a
have
little
seen
bit
that
less.
so many times.
Mhm.
You gotta stay humble. You have to. See, because at the end of the day, a content creator is only as good as their subscribers. Because if everybody leaves, if everybody starts to
Mhm.
unsubscribe, then what you gonna do? I have seen some of the biggest content creators lose channels.
Mhm.
One content creator, I think his name is Matt B. Gray. Something happened to his channel where they snatched it. I believe Congress or the politicians got involved and said, he need his channel back, and he had it back within one day.
Mm.
Bondi Blue, out of I want to say she out of New Orleans or somewhere down there. Bondi Blue lost her channel.
Oh, I know Bondi. I know what you're talking
Uh
about.
huh. And I found out about Bondi Blue through Treasure Lane. And when he said,
Oh.
y'all, she lost her channel, I said, what? Luckily, she was able to get it back. Funky Dineva lost his
Mhm.
channel, and he was able to get it back. Now,
Mhm.
mind you, these are people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I think Matt Be Great might have a little bit over 1 million. I may be wrong on that.
Mhm.
But if they can lose their channel and still remain cool under pressure, even though on the inside they may be melting, but
Mhm.
over here, niggas want to have complete meltdowns when they lose a channel or they want a P bomb to cause other people to lose their channel. I'm good on that. Bondi Blue is very pretty. What? Oh
When
my
it comes
goodness.
to like losing the pages and all of that kind of stuff, that's what happens
Wow.
when you're not able to create your own content.
I thought about that too.
Mhm.
I'm not
You
gonna lie.
can't take
I thought about
you
that.
cannot take nothing off my page. Anything you strike me for is gonna be a full strike. I'm gonna fight it back, and I'll just see you in court. Like, isn't this that? It's very simple. If you
No,
create
I'm
your
gonna
own
fight you back and I'm gonna see
content,
you in court. That is cute.
right? See you in court. Like, I'm gonna reply, and that's it. See you in court because everything on my page starts as a blank paper, and I created all myself. Music, graphics.
Wow.
I'm going to the court. I'm doing all of the work. I do everything. If you claim my picture, I have a
hmm
program where I can show you where that picture was created. It's so simple.
Oh wow.
If I created this picture in my computer, how the hell is it there? Here's the creation of it.
Well, very true. Very. Oof. And this whole AI thing, like, I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of
Even
it.
with my music, my AI music. I write all my
Mhm.
own lyrics. I write those lyrics. All of my lyrics are written by me. That's why it actually sounds like a real song. That's why it has a hook. That's why the flow is right. It's saying
Nice.
everything I want to say, and it doesn't have any miscellaneous words or verses in it. Something that doesn't apply to me because I let the generator write the music for me.
Mm. Imma have to
And you
look into
also have
that.
to, yeah, you also have to know music depending on the platform. It's telling you to enter your lyrics, right? But then you
Mhm.
also have to enter your style. You got to know what you want your song to sound like. You got to know if
Hold
you
on.
wanted to sound like a man or a woman. You wanted to know if you wanted to have bass, drums, guitar. Do you want it to sound like trap music? Is it supposed to be gospel? Like you have to know what you want it to sound like. So while I see why people have a problem with AI music, you
Mhm.
really can create something that is all yours if you are actually using the tools and not being a lazy content creator.
Nice.
Because I could
Imma
type
have
a
to really try to do
description.
that.
I can type a description. I can go into the generator and I can say, hey, fuck pizza for talking all that shit and RY, go to church and envy mind your business. I just put all of those prompts in there and
Uh-huh.
then the song would come out weird. Like it just be weird. To me, it's
It has
weird.
no
I can
flow or anything
hear,
to it?
right, because I know regular music. I'm an 80s baby. I grew up to listening to Patty and Luther and all of them with my mom.
Mhm.
So because I know music and I also know AI creation, it's an education behind it.
Okay.
I can create a sound that sounds like me. But when I hear other people's music, I can automatically tell that they didn't write the lyrics. It don't sound right. To me, it may sound like the song is good. It might have a nice flow. Oh, that was cute. But if you really listen to the lyrics, it's not saying
Wow.
all you wanted to say.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into that whole AI thingamajig to try to figure that out, but I just don't have the mental capacity. I don't
It's
have the mental
simple.
capacity.
It's very simple. If you ever wrote a poem, take the poem, your words, you can put it into AI. Now you want to tell AI how that song should feel to you. What do you want it to feel like when people hear it? What sounds do you actually want to hear? You got to have an ear for music to be able to understand that. When you listen to certain songs, like especially like house music and things like that, you could hear every
Mhm.
I could hear every instrument in the background. I could hear every instrument.
Damn.
So I
So
know
what
when
app
it's
do you use for that?
there's a couple I use. The basic one I use is Suno because it's just the
Okay, I be
easiest.
seeing Suno.
I could just put my lyrics in and then I go through all of the styles to see exactly like what I want to. First of all, when I'm writing my lyrics, I already know where I'm coming from. So where my heart is. If I'm upset when I'm writing it, I can still make it sound like a love song if I go in and choose the correct style. So
Okay.
when you hear that song that I wrote, that Pizza knows I wrote that song about her, it sounds exactly how I felt. It sounded like I was in a somber mood and that
Mm.
I was sorry that something happened, but it was because you were wrong and because of what you did and because of it about you. You
Queen
understand what I'm
Pisces
saying?
girl, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was Chat GPT too.
No, I could go in my computer and show you right now lyrics to every single song I've written. I wrote a whole Christmas
Suno.
album.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go because I keep seeing Suno on Instagram. People be talking about that. So I'm gonna have to
Hmm.
go really, really look into that because hearing somebody actually explain it versus me trying to just like figure it out, to me that's so much
No,
better and
it's
so much
very
easier.
simple.
I'm gonna
It's
do
very
that. I'm gonna
simple.
do that.
You just are you good with words. If you're good with words, you're fine. If you might need help, I don't know, but you probably could use Chat GTP. But a lot, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. If I'm gonna take my time to create, I'm telling you how I feel.
Ain't nothing
All of
wrong with that. So I'm really gonna have to play around with that.
my content comes from my heart, my mind, and my soul. All of it. If I'm upset with you, you're gonna know. I don't have to be a disrespectful, diabolical asshole in order for you to understand me. I know that's what you're
Right.
used to, but I'm going to give it to you in simple words.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna really have to play around with that. But I appreciate you coming up here. I'm here ready to go
Welcome,
ahead
dear.
and end
Have
this.
you a good day.
You do the same, my love. Thank you so much for coming.
You're very welcome. Thank you guys for having me. See y'all later, chat. And y'all make sure y'all go and answer my polls. And don't be worried about what Envy
Lord.
say. Don't be don't be worried about what Envy say. Sorry, RY. But don't be
No,
worried
you
about what
good.
Envy say. Only person that got worried about that is RNY. We don't care.
And trust me, I'll be like, I envy, calm down. It's all right. It's all
Look,
right.
that's your man, not ours.
Listen, and I gotta deal with it.
No,
Thank you for
no, leave
coming,
me
boo.
alone. You're welcome. See y'all later.
See you later. All right, y'all. We have reached the end of another show. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. We get ready to wrap this on up, honey. Thank you for loaning me a pair of seconds, okay? And I will see y'all out here in these YouTube streets. All right. Bye.